In a world that constantly demands more from us, the need for inner peace and rest is undeniable. Life often feels like a whirlwind of responsibilities, challenges, and distractions. The noise of daily life can be overwhelming, and the mind often struggles to find a moment of stillness. Yet, in the midst of this chaos, there is an invitation to find something greater, an invitation to experience the quiet peace that only God can offer. When we think of peace, it's easy to imagine a calm environment, perhaps a quiet beach at sunset, a serene mountaintop, or a peaceful garden. While these external environments can certainly bring a sense of calm, the true peace we seek is not dependent on our surroundings. It is a deep inner peace that transcends circumstances and settles in our hearts. This peace is a gift from God, one that comes when we trust in His presence, His power, and His love. It's often said that peace begins with stillness. But it's not the kind of stillness that comes from silence alone. It's the stillness of the heart, a heart that chooses to surrender, to trust, and to rest in the knowledge that God is in control. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that we are not meant to carry the weight of the world on our own shoulders. We were never designed to bear every burden, to solve every problem, or to figure out every answer on our own. The invitation from God is simple. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. This rest is not just physical, it's spiritual, emotional, and mental. It's a deep, abiding rest that flows from knowing we are held in God's hands. It's a peace that surpasses understanding, a quiet assurance that everything will be okay because God is in control. The journey to finding quiet in God's peace starts with acknowledging the noise. Often, we avoid the noise or try to drown it out with distractions. But true peace doesn't come from ignoring the chaos. It comes from acknowledging the chaos and choosing to focus on God in the midst of it. When we stop fighting against the noise of life and instead allow ourselves to be still before God, we create space for His peace to enter. Resting in God's peace requires a willingness to let go of our need for control. We are often driven by the desire to fix everything, to be in charge, and to make sure everything goes according to plan. But this desire for control can rob us of peace. When we trust God, we let go of the need to have everything figured out. We trust that He knows what's best, that He is working behind the scenes even when we can't see it. We trust that His timing is perfect and that His plans are good. There is something incredibly powerful about choosing to rest in God's peace, especially when we are faced with uncertainty or fear. The world often tells us that peace comes from having everything in order, from controlling our environment, from making sure we are secure in every way. But God's peace doesn't work that way. It doesn't require us to have everything figured out. It simply requires us to trust that He is with us, that He is for us, and that He will never leave us. Finding quiet in God's peace also means embracing the fact that we are not alone. It's easy to feel isolated in moments of stress or worry. But the truth is that God is always present, always near, always ready to offer comfort and peace. His presence is a constant source of rest for the weary soul. When we draw near to Him, we find that He is already there, waiting with open arms. It's in this closeness to God that we find our hearts at rest. The more we trust Him, the more we experience the peace that only He can provide. As we make space for God in our lives, we begin to notice His peace more and more. It becomes a constant companion, a quiet assurance that is always there, even in the midst of life's struggles. This peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of God in the midst of them. It's the confidence that, no matter what happens, we are safe in God's hands. It's the reminder that we don't have to have all the answers, because God is the answer. It's the reminder that even when the world feels chaotic, we can find peace in knowing that God is sovereign over all things. One of the most beautiful aspects of God's peace is that it is not fleeting. It doesn't come and go based on circumstances. Unlike the peace the world offers, which is temporary and conditional, God's peace is eternal. It's a peace that doesn't depend on our ability to control our environment or our ability to fix everything. It's a peace that comes from knowing God is in control, even when we can't see the bigger picture. It's a peace that transcends our understanding, a peace that remains even when life is hard. When we rest in God's peace, we begin to experience a transformation in our hearts. The more we surrender to His will, the more we find our hearts becoming aligned with His purposes. Our desire for control diminishes, and our ability to trust grows. We begin to live from a place of peace rather than from a place of anxiety or fear. We begin to make decisions from a place of confidence in God rather than from a place of worry or uncertainty. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey. It requires daily surrender, daily trust, and daily rest in God's presence. But with each step, we find that God's peace becomes more and more a part of our lives. It becomes a constant source of strength, a quiet foundation on which we can stand, no matter what life throws our way. Finding quiet in God's peace also means creating intentional moments of stillness in our lives. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to become overwhelmed. but by setting aside time each day to be still before God. Whether through prayer, meditation, or simply sitting in silence, we allow His peace to fill our hearts. These moments of stillness are not just about escaping from the busyness of life. They are about reconnecting with God and allowing His peace to reign in our hearts. In these moments, we find that God's peace is not just a feeling, it's a presence. It's the sense of knowing that we are safe, that we are loved, and that we are held in God's care. It's a peace that quiets our hearts and minds, a peace that gives us the strength to face whatever comes our way. And in this peace, we find rest. The world will always try to pull us in different directions, offering quick fixes and temporary solutions for peace. But the peace of God is not temporary, it's eternal. It's the peace that comes when we surrender our hearts to Him, when we trust Him with our worries, our fears, and our struggles. It's the peace that fills us when we choose to be still and know that He is God. And in this peace, we find rest for our souls. So, tonight, as you prepare for rest, take a moment to breathe deeply and let go of all the noise. Let go of all the worries, the fears, and the stresses that may be weighing on you. Surrender them to God and allow His peace to fill your heart. Trust in His love and His presence, and know that you are held in His care. Find quiet in His peace, and allow your heart to rest in the assurance that He is with you, now and always. May you experience His peace tonight and every night, knowing that in His presence there is rest, there is comfort, and there is quiet for your heart. Rest in His peace and know that tomorrow you will wake up renewed, strengthened, and filled with His love. So, tonight, as you prepare for rest, take a moment to breathe deeply and let go of all the noise. Let go of all the worries, the fears, and the stresses that may be weighing on you. Surrender them to God and allow His peace to fill your heart. Trust in His love and His presence, and know that you are held in His care. Find quiet in His peace and allow your heart to rest in the assurance that He is with you. Now and always, may you experience His peace tonight, knowing that in His presence there is rest, there is comfort, and there is quiet for your heart. Rest in His peace and know that tomorrow you will wake up renewed, strengthened, and filled with His love as you close your eyes tonight. Remember this promise: you are never alone, and God's peace is always available to you. Trust Him fully. Rest in His care and let go of all anxiety. If you found peace in this moment, I invite you to take a step further in your faith journey. Share this message of rest and peace with others who may need it. Let's create a community of hearts at peace, trusting in God's faithfulness, now and forever. If you are looking for more ways to find peace and calm in your daily life, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more comforting and uplifting content. Remember, peace is a prayer away. God bless you tonight and always.